Welcome to the Great Loop aboard the Perch. I'm Kim Russo, the director of America's Great Loop Cruisers Association, and this is the 54th leg of our Great Loop adventure. Today we're going from Parry Sound, where we've spent the last few days, and cruising on up to Byng Inlet. We have an AGLCA sponsor in Byng Inlet. It is Wright's Marina, and we are eager to get there and visit with them a little bit. It was a bright sunny day as we left Parry Sound and cruised on by the Coast Guard station that's there. And really the highlight of today will be the Point Au Baril area, where there is a beautiful historic lighthouse. So there we go, taking off through Georgian Bay. There will also be some stunning scenery, as we have typically experienced in Georgian Bay, as we work our way between some of these spectacular rock formations. And these make for really interesting Google Earth tracks, as you can kind of see where the shallow areas are a little bit better from the satellite view than you can see when you're on the water. So some of these have been a little bit unnerving, watching them after the fact at how close we are to some shallows at some points. But again, this is all very well marked. Our navigation software, both Navionics and Aquamap, were showing us the way just fine. So, and that's in addition to our chart plotter. So lots of resources to make sure you're staying in the channel. But this is the kind of beauty that you'll see when you're out here cruising on Georgian Bay. Just beautiful waters, beautiful scenery. And unless it's a weekend, we're not seeing a whole lot of other boats out here besides some loopers and some other long distance cruisers. So continuing on between the rocks, we are approaching Point Au Baril. And in a moment, you'll see the video of that. This was, as I said, an historic lighthouse here in Canada. The point itself translated as Barrel Point, and it's said that some fur traders in the 1870s were looking for a way to navigate their way back to that point. There, in fact, is the barrel itself. So they put the barrel there as a marker and later decided to put a light, cut a hole in the barrel and put a light inside it, and used that as a early kind of version of a lighthouse to find their way back in towards the point. So the lighthouse has some neat stories as well. So definitely do a little bit of research on Point Au Baril as you're heading this way on the Great Loop. After that, we were in some open water for a little bit, so not much to see here on the video portion. But we, as I said, are headed towards Byng Inlet. This is about, I'd say maybe a mile up the inlet is where Wright's Marina is. And again, they are an AGLCA sponsor. So we worked our way in there as a safe place to tie up for the night. We also got a chance to do some paddle boarding while we were in there because it was a nice calm evening, and that was a lot of fun. We've had a lot of wind and things like that that have prevented some of that. So there's the beautiful entrance into Byng Inlet where we would tie up for the night. So that was leg 54 to Parry Sound. It took us about 5.5 hours to get there. We went about 50 miles, averaged 9 knots, and maxed at about 10. So not a lot of variation in speed today. There is an overview of our track. We will be back soon with leg 55, which is a foggy trip on up to Killarney. See you then.